Was there anything?
We found this. We also found tracks of an unidentifiable.
It appears to be from the paws of a feline, but it doesn't match any of our prints of the town residents.
Its tracks seem to fade away. Not only the residue of the footprint is gone, but also the DNA.
I am going to set a meeting with the victim's parents. We will need all the information we can get. Were you invited to the mayor's annual party tomorrow evening?
Yes, I will go.
They have arrived, sir. Grahams, Taylor, McMahon, thank you for taking the time to come here. I assure you that your knowledge will help our investigation.
Thank you, officer. This will surely help us understand what's happening in this investigation. I'm sure that you would be able to tell us, would you?
Of course. So we have already started attempting to track down every movement of your children, and we plan to move further into the forest once we understand more about the practices of the culprit.
Shouldn't you start doing that as well? Looking around more in the forest? The kidnapper could be on the loose again at this moment, and I do not want that to happen, like what happened to my son.
Right now it is too dangerous to roam through the forest when we don't have enough information about the culprit, and we are uncertain if this person is a kidnapper.
Are you saying that this person could have killed Cam?
No. Right now I need to know the last words and things your children did before they left your house.
I was in my study. You? Olivia said that she was going to see her two friends, Remington and Cameron. She kissed me goodbye and said that she wouldn't be out for too long. It was around dusk when she left. Remy told me he was going with his friends to the forest to show them something or other. Gave a farewell to me and his younger brother and left with a spring in his step.
So it was your child, Remington, who thought of the idea to bring the others along into the forest?
Are you accusing my son of being the meaning behind all of this? No. I have just opened a new path that can reveal more of what happened.
And what do you mean by that? Hold on to that thought, Mr. Taylor. I would like Mrs. McMahon to have her turn.
Cam only said that he was going to go out with his friends. That's all.
Was your son normally this closed in?
We had family problems lately. It had a negative impact on him, but I don't blame him for it.
That's understandable.
Mr. Chase, do you happen to have any evidence so far?
Yes. We found this, Mr. and Mrs. Graham. It was found by one of the bushes, nearby where they were last standing.
Oh, Olivia.
That is all I need from you today. Thank you all for coming.
It is no problem at all, Mr. Chase.
Oh, and Mr. Taylor, I will need you to stay back for a bit. There is something I wish to discuss further into. What is it you need, Detective? You said earlier you had a younger son, correct? Yes. But what does he have that is necessary for this case? He might be helpful in knowing better about the culprit. Was he close with Remington? They shared the same bedroom, so I can't assume that they were not. How would he fancy a chat with me? Just this way, Detective. It won't be a moment. Got someone here who'd like to ask you a few questions. No, he won't take very long. You're alright with that? Okay, cool. Thanks. Hello. Isaac? I'm Detective William Chase. I'm taking part in finding your brother. I would like to ask you some questions about him. Whatever you know would really help in taking a step closer to the truth. You wouldn't mind if I do?
No, it's alright.
Okay.
Alright.
We will start familiarizing around what happened on the day of the incident. Did he say anything to you earlier that day that could be relevant to what happened? He wouldn't stop going on about something he saw in the forest the other day. I didn't really listen, since it was something he'd rant about a lot. He was really interested in the supernatural and loved watching horror films. Wasn't really my thing, but I wouldn't mind when he'd watch them late at night. Can you remember what your brother said about this thing he saw? Does he go to the forest often? Sometimes in the afternoon he'd go, hopefully to find something creepy or weird. That one day he saw whatever it was, I remember him coming back, thrilled. He said he couldn't wait to show his friends, Olivia and Cameron. Liv and Cam showed a bit of interest, as it was the only thing Remy would talk about. On that day, he told me how he did some research in the library. He looked in this one book about criminals and found this girl who killed a friend for snitching. She then was beheaded or something like that. It was similar to what Remy saw that night. I would like to lie down. All right. Thank you for the help, Isaac. Thank you for letting me come here.
Oh, William, Alana, where are you going?
We are heading home. It's getting a bit late. Well, thank you for the party and congratulations on your success as a mayor for another year.
Yes. You've got that big case going on, haven't you? I heard that it's something to do with a case that happened a century ago.
This case has been going on for 100 years? It has been put off for 100 years, Montgomery.
Stewart has said nothing relevant with this case. I reckon it's simply a kidnapping. Perhaps a murder.
The other day, I overheard this filthy man talking to some policemen in the alley about some witchcraft of some sort, about this lady whose head was chopped off and was killing innocent people in the forest. It was rather amusing.
Indeed.
Policemen working for my case. What did they do?
I think they told him to come to the office sometime. You know, I'm surprised that they actually listened to that good-for-nothing. It sounded like he had gone mad, believing in the supernatural. He's probably not a Christian. The only harmful thing out there is the devil himself.
Are you Christian, William? Do you believe in the Lord?
If he were a believer, then he would have shot the idea that some ghost killed those poor children.
William, you look like you were actually considering what that homeless wretch said. I don't think that's a good sign.
That's a good one.
It is my job to solve these cases, regardless if I believe in Christianity or not. I'm only doing this case to save you all. Good evening, everyone. Would a cup of tea make you feel better? Tea would be nice, thank you.
Is everything alright, Will?
Yes.
Don't worry about them. They were rather tipsy. I don't think they meant any of what they said. Now, I want you to go to bed right after you finish your tea, alright?
What would I do without you?
You would sit here all night, that's what you would do.
Hello? Hello, yes. Just a moment.
Will, it's for you.
Thank you.
Hello? Brayden. Good evening. The party was good, thank you. Isaac?